We're not going to play for hours on this game, but a little bit before I go. Dad, not daddy, you bastard. Kappa. Right. Right. Ah, Gina, good, you're back. Ah. Bruh. What? What, bruh? What, bruh? What are you, what? God, no. It's Iris. Iris is destroying my voice, by the way. The police must have finished questioning her then. Oh, how was it, Ginny? Was it awful? Smile. Eh? Oh, it didn't bother me. Thank you for the papers you signed before. I meant we were able to investigate at ending banks. Blah. Eh, right. Don't you want to know we got on what? Don't you want to know how we got on? We've been ever so busy. What's the point in asking? Won't change what everyone's saying. That I did. That's not. Gina, we came back to ask you for your final decision. It's gonna be your final fantasy decision. Eh? What decision? About tomorrow's trial. Will you let me defend you or not? I must submit the paperwork now if you would like Mr. Naruhodo to represent you. Great, I see. She's really lost her fight all of a sudden. But I know what that feels like. The worry is just so hard to bear. What we've uncovered. That's extremely talkative. Oh, alright then. Blimey, give it a rest with him, Iris. So come on then, fill us in. Who done it? Unfortunately, we don't know that yet. You don't say. We don't know yet, Gina. But Mr. Naruhodo and all of us know that you are innocent of this crime. And while we haven't yet managed to work out who the real culprit is, there's a number of interesting facts that we have to manage to establish. Oh yeah? Like what? Well, for example, the reason for you being there in the first place. I think I know why you broke into Windy Banks that night. She could just tell you. Looks like I'm going to have to take some evidence that clearly reveals the reason. And thrust it into Gina's face. Coffee, do you want me to thrust something into your face? Or I could present it to her calmly, I suppose. We already have the representation papers and other documents we need. What do you mean? All we have to do is hand them to the court clerk. That is, if you allow me to represent you in court tomorrow. Nah, don't bother. Jenny, Rip them up and chuck them with ya. The representation papers or whatever they're called. This cell ain't fancy enough to ever been. So, what will you do in court tomorrow? I'll be fine, Omeo. I don't think you will be. Look, it don't matter. What's gonna happen is gonna happen. This is one stubborn pickpocket. Okay, this is not the way to present stuff to her. Strangely enough. Ah, it's this. Okay, we need something that... She was for this here? Oh, it was correct. We found this in Mr. Windybank's storeroom. The manuscript of Iris's latest story. Right. That's good then. Curiously, the storeroom at Windybanks showed no sign of being ransacked for items of value or the like. With one exception. The box file that housed this manuscript. It was you, wasn't it, Gina? Who broke open the box containing this manuscript last night? You were determined to find out whether or not the Hound of the Baskervilles was really there. That's the real reason you broke into the storeroom last night, isn't it? And now it's time for me to check something. Wow. Okay, it's okay. Why don't you tell us what happened? Please. Alright, yeah. This Baskerville story. It's the latest Sholmes adventure, right? But I ain't printed yet. So I figured it's gotta be worth a fair few pieces of silver, right? Oh yes, at least 5,000 pounds. What? So, you intend to sell Iris's manuscript, did you? No, Ginny, how could you? What? Wait, no, hang on. Of course I weren't going to sell it. All I wanted to do was find out if the mental script, or whatever they call it, really was there or not. It's the only reason I was in the place. For Iris's sake, isn't that right? We knew why you would done it from the start, Gina. Of course we did. But I knew you wouldn't do anything mean like that, Ginny. I just knew it. Well, when I saw the manuscript in the storeroom, it reminded me of what you had said the night before. Grown-ups don't do a lot worse than that, believe me. Bare-faced liars, a lot of them. They just ain't realized yet. Blah 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 blah. I'm telling ya, that mental script ain't at Windybanks. You would soon see if you had to look. If I'm honest, I have wondered if Early's telling me the truth sometimes. I mean, that I sometimes wonder if he might have hidden my manuscript somewhere I don't know. even though it's wrong of me to doubt him. Hi, Bob. Thank you, Bob. Oh, Janie, that was so sweet of you. Alright. I'll tell you why I did it. Just stop looking at me like that, Iris. Reason for breaking in. It weren't because of Iris. That's not why I did it. It just wanted to know the truth, that's all. That explains nothing. You wanted to know if Mr. Shams was being honest? If he'd really deposited the manuscript at Windybanks? It's like I told you no before. I never had a father. But Iris's lot ain't like mine. She's got a dad, only she can't see him. And I reckon it's gonna be harder. That's why she writes her stories. They're about her dad, really. That's what it sounded like to me anyway. Last night, when I was listening to what you were saying. Stories about Daddy? You mean they're not the adventures of a great detective? So much as the adventures of the great detective and his trusty partner? Well, that's how I see it, yeah. You're so thoughtful and kind, Jeannie. Yes, and we never thought any differently, did we? Look, give it a rest, will ya? I hate this chummy nonsense. Do you hear it? I hate it. I don't trust no one, right? No us at work. Cause I don't trust no one. No one can lay ya down. So leave me alone. Go on, Scarpa. I hadn't noticed until now, but it's unmistakable. Right there, on both sleeves, on that overcoat. Yeah. Some very suspicious red stains. What? Why are you looking at me like that? I think it might be worth presenting some of our other findings in that area to Gina now. Those stains on the sleeves of your new coat, Gina. They're blood, aren't they? Oh wait, they're ketchup, aren't they? Not that I know who's ketchup yet. What? Ketchup, Mr. Naruto? You don't appear to have any obvious wounds yourself. The wounds, champion. So, could it be ketchup that spattered from Mr. Windybanks when he was shot last night? Let's not beat around the bush here. This trusty friend of mine will get the results much faster than anything else. Take it easy, Iris. Don't move, Jeannie. I'm going to shoot. Purple. Oh. Oh, oh my. What the? Get the sleeves. Whole coat is covered in ketchup. Of course. Black color of the fabric was making the masking the stains. That's why we haven't seen them until now. And the blood has reacted with the... And the ketchup has reacted with the chemical to turn into a purple color, which matches one of the samples we've already collected perfectly. Yes, now let's see who had the purple ketchup. Aha, yes, it was the brickmaker, Mr. Mason, the victim of the murder case 2 months ago. I knew it. What are you all about? The victim? Who do you mean? It's a rather uncomfortable situation, Mr. Naruhodo, but I think this makes things quite clear. It means that the omnibus case is finally solved. The truth about who really murdered the brickmaker, Mr. Mason, is revealed. Oi, would you someone explain what's going on? Stop telling Arthur's story. Proof of the omnibus case. We can see now that the victim's blood is all. We can see now that the victim's ketchup is all over Mr. McGilded's overcoat. But in the trial 2 months ago, the defendant said this in his testimony. Now ask yours, what good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to help a fella ketchuping from his stomach? He wasn't about to start wearing me gloves now, was he? I reached out to give a man a hand. But if you look at this overcoat now, it's clear that these stains couldn't have arisen from McGilded trying to pull the victim to his feet. No, if that was what really had happened, the ketchup wouldn't have splashed all over the front of the coat. The only explanation for this pattern of ketchup is that it splattered all over Mr. McGilded's coat when he stabbed the victim in the stomach. Tried to run from the truth for long enough, but there's no escaping it now. The true culprit in that case, Mr. Mason's killer, Magnus McGilded. I'm so shocked about this revelation and would have never expected it. Oh my ketchup. Mr. Naruhodo, that horrible case is solved at last, and I helped that man walk free from that trial. I used all that twisted testimony and all that sham evidence to prove his innocence. Could have let this. How could I have let that happen? Bruno, did you believe him though? Did you believe Mr. McGilded was innocent? I believed, or rather, I think I was trying to believe, I wanted to, because believing in those you represent in court is a defense's lawyer's greatest weapon. A weapon? A lawyer's weapon. I thought a lawyer's weapon was lying. Before we came to Great Britain, a great friend of mine taught me a valuable lesson. English? You mean Kazuma-sama? Didn't we have this scene like for 5,000 times? Listen, Ryunosuke. We lawyers are only human. We can't know for sure what is the truth and what is a lie. Which is why we must resort to our primary weapon. An unwavering belief in our clients. That's all we really have. Unwavering belief? Only when you truly believe what our clients tell us can we fight with everything we have for their cause. Just ignore the facts. The gut feeling that your client might be lying. In any battle, there can be no victory without faith. So I believe you, unwaveringly. Okay. What's so funny, Gina? Oh, sounds like this Empire of Japan you come from. Everyone must be soft. Well, come on, look at this mess. It's got you into believing in that poker trotter. Yes, I inadvertently helped the murderer walk free. Well, at least you've learned your lesson now, eh? Believing in people's never worth it. Someone's always stabs you in the back in the end. Soon as you let you down your guard, you've had it. Take a leave out of my books. My book. Believe no one. And get hurt by no one. Gina, may I ask you something? What? Just like to make absolutely sure. What would you like us to do with these representation papers for tomorrow's trial? How many times do I have to say it? Rip them up and chuck them away. Are you really sure that's what you want? I bet that's what he wants and all now. But Mr. What? I bet that's what he wants and all now. But Mr. I'm a believe lawyer over there. Don't forget, it was me that in the trial 2 months ago. I led everyone up the garden path, didn't I? And you're telling me you can't believe in me after that? Not likely. Well, Mr. Naruhodo? A lawyer's primary weapon is an unwavering belief in his client. Ultimately, it comes down to whether or not I feel I can trust Gina after everything that's happened. I trust her. Gina, let me say it again. Please, allow me to represent you in tomorrow's trial. Eh? Are you half-baked? Not at all. You've once admitted to committing the crime, have you? What's more, I believe that you're telling the truth. Seriously, narrow order. Didn't you hear what I said before? I'm a born layer. Lips just tripped me off me tongue. And I'm a diva, don't forget. I pulled wool over your ears 2 months ago and got you into all sorts of trouble. Why would you ever trust me now? I just don't get it. Gina, I do understand why you chose not to put your trust in others. But I assure you, there is more to this life than you yet realize. What do you mean? The world we live in is full of people you would do very well to trust. People who won't ever let you down. It's true that I'm just a student of law, and I'm certainly lacking in courtroom experience. But I can promise you this. Whatever happens, and until my very last breath, I am completely on your side. What do you expect me to say to that? Then it's decided. I will take these papers now and carry out the necessary preparation for tomorrow's trial. It would be a shame to throw them away now after it's been penned with your name so beautiful. Do what you like. Yeah, is the lot. I do know what you are. I don't get you. Oh no. Gina's taking herself off the back of herself. She'd never admit it, but I hope she's feeling relieved. That turned out alright in the end, I think. Stop with the dots! Dot. Whoever's hiding there, show yourself at once. Eavesdropping is the height of cowardice. Miss Susato? Somebody is there in the shadows. I can sense it with my whiskers. Somebody who wasn't there before. What? Blimey, you're sharp, eh? Oh god, it's him. Suppose you will wish for Mexico Chabanija, like the ship for as well. If anyone was being stealthy, it was you, Inspector. Rexy. Oh, dear me, I'm terribly sorry, Lacey. It's me, Sandra. How long have you been listening in on our conversation? Lacey, not shut up. I just got a word. It was so easy to leave yours after. I show you this, Lacey. I only arrived this moment and it's all in there. That's all it is. Nothing at all. After hours? Is it that late already? Say there, I'll eat her please, I will say. It's a lot of farewells and not one of them appropriate for her ladyship. Oh, but I wanted to have a chat. I'm just what she pacing me. Oh, I see. That's a shame. At all, don't get emergency pre-caught with stop strong and with me. Emergency? Lord Strongheart. Alright, Grexy, if you have to, but let's chat soon. That's a lot of pleasantries, and none of them sounded sincere. Grexy's so funny. He says such silly things, and still I don't understand a word of this man. Don't understand a word that man said. Yes. That's the idea. It's certainly entertaining to see an inspector of the police fawning to a 10-year-old girl. I don't know, it sounds more creepy than anything. But anyway, I wonder what this emergency is at the Supreme Court. I must attend the court clerk's office now before it closes. Yes, of course. Thank you, Susie. Kindly escort Iris home now, Mr. Naruhodo. I shall meet you there later. Bye! And so, our investigation came to an end. Roll the credits! Susie went to file the necessary papers for my defense of Gina the following day. And then it hit me. I could no longer suppress the wretched feeling that I had been gnawing away at my insides. Tomorrow, Susie would be leaving Britain and making her way back to Japan. And that's why I cannot sleep. Great! Insomnia, a day before I actually need to go to court. Good morning, Mr. Judge. I'm totally ready for the defense. Naruhodo-san, it's been a very trying day, hasn't it? I do hope you're not too exhausted. What about you, Susie? Today has been even more trying for you, I'm sure. Mr. Sholmes was shot before our eyes. Gina was arrested. All on the back of the news that her father has fallen ill and that she must return to Japan at once. I hope your father recovers soon. Thank you for your kind words. But it's COVID-18. Too soon. I wonder why it is that so many thoughts rage in my head like a storm. And yet I seem unable to find the words to express any of them. I know exactly what you mean. Anyway, I have one final task to complete as your judicial assistant. Once that is done, I shall make my preparations for my departure tomorrow. One final task? Move! It's just 2 months since we arrived in London, and I repeat this sentence over and over again because I like it. But we've managed to establish this office. It was finally feeling as though we were settling in. I would be lying. I would be lying if I said I felt no regret. So sorry, Susie. It's just so sudden. I really don't know what to think. I had no time to gather my thoughts. I know, we've only been here a short time, but am I limited experience of the courtroom, I feel I've learned something. And what would that be? It seems to me there are many facets of people's personalities. Facets? And like a jewel, the light plays off them in complex patterns, illuminating their actions and their motives. And just describing in a Japanese way something very simple in complicated words. But we see only a small number of the total facets, and what is illuminated is only a part of the whole story. What lies in the shadows? What do those facets we cannot see look like? Perhaps there are some parts we'll never lay eyes on for as long as we live. That's so true. Sometimes I feel as though I'm blind to so much. But I keep hoping that one day it will become all clear. It's the other way around, but I don't care. That all the facets will be illuminated and I'll finally understand how everything fits together. Bruno. Why are you calling me Bruno? I suppose what matters is that I need to drink something. Is that we keep our eyes open and keep moving forward, even if the way sometimes seems dark. It's amazing to think it's been just 2 months. You've grown so much. Sorry? I have what? Oh, no, it was nothing. Unimportant, just like you. Your jokes are always so funny. Do you know what time you will leave London in the morning? Yes, I picked up my ticket earlier. Shall be leaving at 4 a.m. What is this, a plane? I see. Well, I'll escort you to the station. Absolutely not. Sorry? Nani? I'm sure you realized why I couldn't possibly let you do that. You have a very important day ahead of you tomorrow. Gina's trial. Yes, I know, but every word you utter will have the potential to determine Gina's fate. You must get as much rest as possible. Oh my god, she's actually reasonable for once. Even though, like me, I'm sure you will find it hard to sleep. But please, for me, do try. You mentioned one final task a moment ago. What did you mean? Oh my, I nearly forgot. Please, I want you to have this. What is that? Some huge bundle of documents. Yes, I will inherit her book, and then the book will have no index, no links, no shortcuts, no categories. I will have to read the entire book to know on which page which information is. Oh wait, this is not Spiritfarer. It's my notes from the case 2 months ago. The murder that was committed on the omnibus. The McGilded case. It seems to me that this case of Mr. Windybank's murder, of which Gina is accused, is very much tied up with that omnibus case, in ways that are not yet completely apparent. So I took the liberty of consolidating my writings about the case for you. Everything else she had to think about. Susie still managed to do this, and all neatly laid out for me in her beautiful handwriting. I can't read this. Are you a doctor, Susie? It was my pleasure. I can only hope that it will bolster your case tomorrow for Gina. English. Yes. Thank you so much, Susie. I will do my best to use it wisely. Do you speak English? No, I only speak English. You are really the best Judy in the world. Well, that's extremely flattering. I am disappointed. You are disappointed. What is English? English. I know Simlish. But I'm sorry to say that I've been a complete failure. Nani? I didn't quite catch what you said there. Oh, ignore me. I was just mumbling to myself. Sure. Well, it's getting rather late. I think you should go to bed now, Bruno. I must finish packing up my things in my room. Which room? This is one room. Susie, I wish you the very best of luck tomorrow. Oh yes, I mean. Good night. Okay, sure. What was that? A secret technique of mine. The Susata shutdown. Shutdown? Shutdown? I'll go eat Tim Hortons or something. I don't even know if Tim Hortons is even good. Please, I implore you. If we have to voice our goodbyes, I won't be able to hold back my tears. Bakayaro! Hentai! Time to try it out then. There's any in my country. Isn't Tim Hortons like British or American stuff? I can't tell you, they certainly do not exist here. Susie. It truly had been a trying day. 1 hour feet. Oh. Can I? Let's repeat this. On our feet for hours, getting Gina to open up to us and learning the truth about the nemesis of a case. That nemesis of a case. Physically and mentally, I was exhausted, and yet the idea of sleep seemed impossible. But I forced myself to close my eyes, and as a cacophony of scenes and as a cacophony of scenes of our lives here in London played through my mind, eventually my fatigue triumphed, and I fell into a deep sleep. Dot 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 dot. What a horrible nightmare. Oh, now we go back to Saint Sinners. Yes, I quite understand. That is a great weight off my mind. I love when we get text and we don't know who's speaking. Rest assured, I shall put everything in place exactly as we have discussed. Thank you so much. It has been an honor and a pleasure to be acquainted with you, Mr. Sholmes. You know what? I know I'm going to throw this in, and it has nothing to do with this. So basically, yesterday I watched Alien Romulus, and considering that Alien plays in the future of our timeline, I found it weird that they had like this giant space station where most of the movie plays. And then they also had like a onboard computer that like did some announcement. And I don't understand. You know how AI voices work these days, right? So they are pretty convincing when you hear them, and they are speaking like a normal person, fluid and nice. Now, considering this and that Alien plays in the future of our time, I was surprised that they basically had like this entire thing of going like, here's a space station, and we have a voice to announce things. And then the voice goes like, the station will be going blah blah blah, da da da, wah wah wah. Like that. And I'm like, why is this voice so terrible when we are right now at the point where we have like convincing voices that you could believe is a person? And then this space station goes like, it is now this day and this time. Thank you so much. Enjoy your death. That was strange. I know, it has nothing to do with the game. I just found it really weird. On the contrary, the pleasure has been mine. Isn't Mr. Sholmes dead? No? He did. I bid you farewell and Godspeed? I'm not sure if he said that. My dear madam. Well. Oh, I can't wait to have Van Zeeks in the courtroom again. Hello, my name is Van Zeeks, and I'm certainly not a vampire. Of course not. I would never do something like that. But I'm drinking in court. It is quite pleasurable. Lord 16. I don't know. I find voicing evil people and laughing in an evil voice is so satisfying. Cartoonishly dumb. Look at my leg. Leggies for days, and I put it on the table. Yeah, look at it. And at this sad moment, we shall continue next time.